WonderBirds are supported by dogfriendly.co.uk, improving the lives of dogs and their owners. Hi, girls.
Afternoon. How is everyone?
Not bad.
Same as the other day.
Oh, God.
Same old.
Let's bring in a guest.
It's got to change.
Yeah.
Bring in a guest.
Yes. Now, this guest I have known, and I can't even remember how many years. In fact, I'm not going to say. No, that's the best. I won't say. No, I won't say. I won't say.
We just have to Google it. All we're going to do is Google it.
I know, I'm not going to say. But
12 years.
Fabulous actress, known for that wonderful sexy outfit in Doctor Who, which I'm sure she'd be crossed I even said that, but known for many, many other things. Please welcome my old mate, Louise Jameson.
Hello. Welcome.
We have liftoff.
Hello.
Hello. Do you know, Louise, I was just thinking, when did we actually see each other last? Was it
physically see each other?
Did we see each other? I can't even remember. Can you? It was probably 1922 or something.
No, we've toured since then.
So we went to RADA together, and actually you were the baby at RADA. I always thought of you as the baby, and you were, weren't you, out of all of us?
I was, they accepted me at 16 and I joined at 17. Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
So we were all a good year older than you, at least a year older than you.
Yeah.
But we did, I mean, I've got good memories. Have you got good memories of that time?
I had a brilliant time.
I did too.
Some of the term thought that, I think because there was like an 11-year disparity in our class, wasn't there? The oldest was 28 and I was 17.
17, yeah.
So I was virtually straight from school. So I was still very school oriented. So it felt like freedom to me.
Yeah.
If you're 28 and you've had jobs and you've had kids and you go to college, it feels very restricting. So
I came from Nottingham. Mary came from
Liverpool.
No, well, that was Sharon, was Liverpool.
Oh, right, yes. Liverpool.
Mary was Yorkshire. So we were all the kind of ones with the flat A's and terrible accents. That were hated by Pamela Barnard, hated us because we couldn't speak properly.
No.
Yeah,
it's true. Absolutely true. She hated all three of us. Right. But of course, Louise could speak properly.
My mother, because I'm at East End, you know, my granddad was one of 14 and was humping coals with no shoes, you know, just a self-made man. Then they moved out to Essex. And then, so I was packed off to elocution classes and taught how to lay the table and brownie badges. And I was really, you know, being pushed into this middle class. So the aspirations of my parents and my grandparents.
No, it's quite right. But then life went on. We did do a tour together called Arsenic and Old Lace. And I'm just going to show you this.
Oh, quick, glasses on. Sherry, you've not changed at all, darling.
That's it. Isn't that a great photo, Louise?
Yeah, that is amazing.
We had such fun.
We did. It was quite a long tour, actually, wasn't it? I thought it was anyway. But we had a great time, didn't we?
I did 15 tours in 10 years.
Oh my God!
What? Oh. What?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a letter from the mortgage people to say, what are you going to do when you know, because I got lulled into this interest only. And what are you going to do because we can't lengthen your mortgage because of your great age? So I thought, wow, I better just pay it off then. So I just said yes to every single job that came my way. I just said yes.
Wow, well done for paying it off.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, you could have written a book on all the digs that you went to. You could have made millions.
Exactly.
I could have dug the dirt a bit. Yes, I could have done a sort of gossipy something.
Yeah.
Actually, Louise was brilliant at finding digs. That's the one thing you were great at, weren't you? I was useless.
I'm the task mistress, Sandra. Well, that's the only tour you've done, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I didn't know how to do it. Thank God I had Louise.
Oh, so Louise, in
Yeah.
between doing all these magnificent, wonderful tours and tellies, you also did something rather extraordinary, didn't you? You used to go into prisons to inspire people who were doing time.
I did. I shared some digs in Bristol in the late 70s with a probation officer, and she had a particular prisoner that she was, quite fond of, and wanted to give him a leg up, and he'd done life for murder, and she said, he's a wonderful actor. Would you just be his pen pal? So for 18 months, he and I wrote to each other, and then they had an open day. And I was allowed to go down and watch My Three Angels, I think, which is ironically about escaped convicts, which they were putting on.
Wow.
And I met this man and liked him enormously, and I visited regularly then. And then he moved up to the Scrubs for his rehabilitation and wanted to go to drama school. So I helped him with his audition speeches, and Leslie Grantham got into Webber Douglas. And
Oh my God.
Wow.
My
And the rest is
God.
history.
That's
Amazing.
amazing.
can't take the credit for that. I can't
Well,
say I did
Oh,
that.
I think so.
I think you can. You inspired him though, didn't you? And if it wasn't for you, it would have been a completely different EastEnders.
That's true.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
They gathered everybody in just before they launched EastEnders. Julia Smith did. You probably remember Julia, don't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said, have you got any skeletons in the closet? Because we need to know now, because there's going to be a lot of press interest. And he went to her office with his contract and said, you probably want to take this back because this is my skeleton. She said, no,
Oh,
don't worry, we'll protect you. But thank you for telling me.
Amazing.
fabulous.
How amazing.
That's
But
great.
also, you do directing, don't you? And you love Shakespeare, and you do some amazing teaching. That's a big passion that also drives you along with your own performing.
I am passionate about Shakespeare, and I'm passionate about teaching it to teenagers, because I think it's not, the curriculum doesn't serve Shakespeare well at all. It's treated
It isn't
like
even on there.
No.
Some of it's now gone completely.
I
What's your
know.
favourite play? Do you have a favourite Shakespeare?
Oh, that's really hard. I mean, I think A Midsummer Night's Dream is beautifully crafted as a play, but I think probably As You Like It would be the play
Yeah, I like that's what I
Yes,
like.
yes, divine.
most beautiful language in it.
Where did it start, your teaching? How did that begin? That's so fascinating.
I think it started with, friends telling me their daughters or sons wanted to knock an audition speech into shape. Could I help? And then I was invited into a school to do a workshop, and then a college, and then it just escalated. And some of those students now employ me. I love it.
We love perfect. And do you do festivals and things?
I've done Brighton Festival I won an award at the Brighton Festival with a play
Yes.
I wrote with Nigel Fairs, who is my gay best friend, called My Gay Best Friend.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we won the Argos Award, the People's Award for that.
How wonderful.
Wow.
Louise, you've got some really exciting news. I mean, you've done so much. I loved you in Tenko, loved
Thank
you in
you.
Doctor Who, loved you for forever and ever. And the fact is, you have actually survived Sherry Houston at drama school, which is quite something. I mean,
We've
we're
got
surviving
security
her
here,
now.
Louise. We've got security, Louise, just so
She
you
was
know.
amazing. She came out with the top award from RADA. I'm just saying that.
Oh,
Oh,
she's
please
never
don't say
told
that.
us that.
Very
Please don't.
modest.
Please don't tell us that now, dear. We'll never hear the end of it. You're kidding.
But Louise, tell us what you're up to now, because this is exciting.
Well, we've reopened the West End with the Mousetrap, and I play Mrs. Boyle, who's a huge,
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
great big old
Ooh.
backlash who, I won't give away the story, but there's a curtain speech, which you all probably know, a famous curtain speech where they say, now you know who done it, please don't tell anybody, to the audience, you're our partners in crime. But they're now kicking off the speech with welcome back to the theatre, and there's this whoosh of applause and appreciation.
Oh,
It makes me weep every night. You can just feel people going, yes, we're back
yes.
to the energy, and that we can escape here. And I think the Mousetrap's like a great big fur coat. You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Wonderful Agatha Christie, who, rarely in that era wrote well for women. And she just, that play is extraordinary. And
Isn't it the longest running?
the longest running in the world. Yeah.
Wow.
Extraordinary.
Wow. Didn't
And
you do a tour of it, Louise?
I did 6 years ago. So when
Yeah, I
they
remember
said,
that.
would I like to do it? And I was like, I get more and more nervous. I get
Yeah.
worried. But I thought, well, it's
Mm.
a part I've already done. So I'm it's only 6 years ago. So it'll be in here
So
somewhere.
it's still here.
Yeah. And a lovely, lovely cast, lovely Ian Talbot directing, who used to run the
Oh,
Fun
yeah.
Theatre.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I knew I would be in safe hands. I just thought, yeah, let's do this. Let's
And are you there for a year, Louise?
No, 2 months.
Oh,
And we're 2 casts, so that if one cast, anybody gets COVID, everybody's off.
Oh.
Susan Penhaligon and I job sharing, basically.
Oh.
They should do that all the time. That would be
Completely.
perfect for everyone.
Definitely.
Agree. 5 shows a week. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Can you explain? So you're doing it 2 months and they're doing it for 2 months, and then do you go back again?
No, we do week on, week off, but like half a week. So I do Tuesday through to Wednesday. Sorry, Thursday matinee I start, and I go through to the Wednesday night, and then Thursday matinee.
It sounds like a dream come true. To do a half a
It
week
does.
job share. Let's get in.
And we get paid, whether we're on or off, we get paid.
Thank
Well,
you.
that's so lovely because it's got so many actors back to work as well, which is really nice because we all need to be back in the theatre. But we'll come and see you, and you should come and see. We can't come and see us, can you? Would you have a night off when we are in the West End, the WonderBirds?
Yeah, I can. Absolutely, I
Monday
can.
the 28th of June.
I'm right
In the diary. darling.
Thank you,
Right,
Louise.
Also, you're working with lovely Danny Mack and Cassidy Jansen, aren't you?
They're in the other cast.
In the other cast, you mix and match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to, well, we're not supposed to see them, but we run round the back of the theatre going, coffee.
Socially
It's supposed to be
distanced.
bubbles.
That was funny.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you for being such a fabulous
really
guest.
good to see you, Louise.
It's so lovely. Come back and see us soon, please.
I will.
Please.
See you, WonderBirds.
Where's your doggy?
She's asleep.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
Phoebe says goodbye.
Roxy.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Woman, and she put the date straight in her diary. How
She
impressive.
did. How
We'll
lovely.
put a ticket at the
How
door for
impressive.
her.
We will.
Yeah.
I think we better start selling the show now, girls.
What do you mean
How
about
we
we
doing?
better start? We are
Yeah.
selling. It's going
We are
brilliantly.
selling.
Of course we are.
We've
Yeah,
nearly
everybody.
sold out.
Start talking
Buy a
about
ticket.
it.
Well, half of it's gone anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so quickly.
exactly.
Get there quickly.
yeah. So
Absolutely.
come on, girls. Who's next?
This show, we are cooking on gas here. We are cooking on gas because we
What
have
are you
another one.
We are.
Another one of Sherry's mates and my mate as well, and all of our mates. We have the wonderful, fantastic Jeff Holland.
So
Hi.
Jess, hello, darling.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi,
Oh,
Jeff.
it's been a long time, hasn't it?
Hasn't been a long.
Long time.
Yeah.
I know. But Jeff, of course, we did the Russ Abbott show together for about 55 years, I think.
It seemed like it, didn't it? Yeah.
But the funny thing is, Les Dennis was saying to me the other day, it's the only comedy show that's never been repeated,
That's
ever.
true. That is
But
true.
none of us know why, do we?
No, I don't know why. I wish
And I know that you told me that you taped it all, didn't you?
I did. I have. I've still got it all. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, but
Do you ever watch it?
I transferred the video tapes to disc.
Wow.
Yeah, I've still got them. Yeah.
And when you see it, it's still as fresh and as funny, isn't it?
It is very much so because although some of the stuff like Les doing impressions and Dustin doing impressions of
Yeah.
Larry Grayson and John Inman, and of course things that were back then, the comedy's still as fresh as ever.
And our dancing, our Vince Prince and the Tone Deaf.
Oh, the tone deaf.
It was some of them. I mean, some of them actually you couldn't play now, could you? Because they were a little bit of their time. But not ours. Ours were very funny. But I remember doing also with you, Oh, Dr. Beeching.
That's right.
And it's the first time I met David Croft and I fell in love with him. I thought he was fabulous. But I couldn't carry on because I was in Coronation Street and they wouldn't let me do the series. And David Croft never spoke to me again in my life.
Oh,
but
dear.
you did everything that David Croft did, didn't you? Really, virtually.
Pretty much so. I did. I was in most of his sitcoms, and of course, before that, it was because I was in the stage show of Dad's Army with them both, and I got to know them through that.
Yes.
And then the only TV comedy I didn't do was, of course, a Low Low. But then years later, in 2008, I think it was, in 9, with Vicky Michelle, she and I did a stage tour of a Low Low. So I played Renee with her as the
Oh, that's
amazing.
lovely.
And so it goes on. Yeah.
I completed the set then with that. So,
Did you actually have a favourite David Croft show that you loved?
but for me, it was You Rang My Lord.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Oh,
Oh, I loved You Rang.
it was brilliant. It was such a brilliant show to be part of. You know, it was so classy.
It was.
Yeah.
And the sets were amazing. I remember coming on, actually, while I was in the next studio, I think, and seeing those sets.
Yes, wonderful. It was like
Amazing, weren't they?
in a real house. You know, it was
Yeah.
massive.
It's so wonderful because you were part of, television history. I mean, it really is, and such an honour to work with such wonderful people. The fact that you worked with Sherry Houston is beside the point, but the others were great. We've already found out today that she won the top award at RADA, so we cannot let her head get any bigger because we didn't know that before. But Jeff, we've known each other for many years as well, and I'm very friendly with your wife, who I call Poodle for reasons only you know and she knows.
I know, indeed. Well, we will do it.
Can we move swiftly on, please?
But anyway, and we were supposed to go on a ship together last year, and we didn't on Saga. But my darling Jeff, I want to talk to you about a show that you did with John Glover, The Goon Show. Can you tell me about that?
Stuff. Yes, it was back in 2001. It was a long time ago now.
Wow.
It was called Goon Again. It was a tribute show, but because to celebrate 50 years of the original Goon Show in 1951.
Wow.
So in 2001, we got the show together.
Wow.
Dirk Max produced it, and we had Andy Seacombe playing his father Harry's part. John did the Milligan voices. I did the Peter Sellers voices, and we had Christopher Timothy being the narrator, because his father Andrew Timothy was the original narrator announcer.
No.
And we had Lance Ellington singing for his dad Ray Ellington.
Oh,
And the John Wilson Orchestra, a 17-piece orchestra on the stage behind us. It was absolutely fabulous.
oh,
One of the greatest nights in the theatre I think I've ever spent. It really was.
Oh,
amazing.
how fantastic. But how
Amazing.
lovely to get all the connections from all the people that were involved in the past.
That's right. Yeah, it was a beautiful evening out. It was fantastic. It really was. And it's
Can I ask you, darling, about your amazing one-man show?
Oh, bless you.
That would be, about Laurel and Hardy. Well, not Laurel and Hardy.
Well, it's
Dan
called,
Laurel.
yes, it's called And This Is My Friend, Mr. Laurel, because that's how Oliver Hardy always used to introduce him.
yes.
And this is my friend, Mr. Laurel. So it's just me, a bed frame, and a chair.
Fabulous.
And I arrive in Oliver Hardy's sick bedroom, because he had a stroke towards the end of his life, and he couldn't really speak. And it's me arriving and just talking to him and reminiscing about their lives and their careers together, and the money they made, the money they lost, the women in their lives, of which there were many, on both counts.
Were they always a passion of yours, their comedy?
Well, really, because I used to go and watch them when I was a small boy at the Saturday morning picture house,
Yeah.
And they became my friends, because a little boy can identify with those two, because they used to get into trouble with authority.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly what little boys like me used to do as well, Because they became my friends, and I just fell in love with them. And it always was an ambition of mine to do a show about Stan, because it was a fascinating life. People don't know; they just see that funny little twit on the screen.
But of course, there's so much more to him. And their relationship was very complicated, wasn't it?
Yes, it was friendly. It was they lived very separate lives while they were filming. They got very close together when they were back here in the UK touring in the early 50s, when they were doing the big theatres for Bernard Delfont. They became very close then, but they were really like brothers, you know. And that's the one thing the new film actually does signify quite well, the fact that those two men cared deeply about each other.
Yeah.
Does.
And
Very moving.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
But they, but Stan had a lot of wives, didn't he?
he did. He had, yes. There were,
How many?
he went through 7 marriages.
Oh,
What?
wow.
Yes, he said, there's a line in the place that I married some of them twice just to make sure I wasn't wrong the first time.
Good excuse. Good excuse.
Wow. But
he-
it was a
Yes,
strange
possible.
life they had though, wasn't it? Because they had such enormous success. And then it sort of died off, didn't it?
Well,
rather.
their career took a nosedive in the 40s when they moved from Hal Roach's studio, where they were in the 30s, and they moved to Fox and MGM, and they thought they were going to be in the big time with a bigger studio, but they were put on the B system, and then their films were just made like B features.
Yeah.
And they hadn't got a say at all, because Stan did all the creative process in the Hal Roach days, but he was just given a script and told to do as he was told. The Fox and MGM, he had no creative input whatsoever, and it broke his heart, really.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Jeff.
But
But
they're-
Jeff, they're legends, aren't they? A bit like yourself, your good self.
That's very kind. Thank you, Molly.
Well, I know that you've got something quite exciting planned, haven't you, for the future? Is it called Simply Ken, by any chance?
It's called Simply Ken, and we've got our fingers crossed for it. Yes, it's written by Andrew Craig Shepherd and being directed and produced by. It's just fingers crossed. All I can say. I'm playing Andrew's dad,
Wow.
who just by coincidence happens to be a massive Laurel and Hardy fan.
Oh, by coincidence.
How brilliant.
I think your lovely wife is in it too, isn't she?
She's playing Andrew Craig Shepherd, Ken, the character Ken. She's playing his best friend, really. And I'm playing his dad. And it's all about, you know, I have to put the hat on and do the impression, you know, and all that. And it's a comedy drama in a sense. It's about a man's relationship with his daughter, and also his father. So, you know, it's very clever. It's got great potential. So we're just hoping that it's going to be taken up and made into a series.
It's out there now, is it?
No, we haven't made it yet. We're filming it in June.
Right, okay.
We're filming it in June. So
Fantastic.
fingers crossed.
May I
Fingers
just
crossed.
ask you, can I just ask you, I love your background, darling, and I'm seeing plenty of fabulous pictures. Could you pan around, please?
This what
On
here?
you-
Yeah.
What's your lovely
there?
wall, dear?
That's
What do you call it?
my ego wall. Look,
Can we
I'll
have a look at your ego wall?
Is it your awards?
They just posted.
There we go. Posters of your good
Oh.
self.
Right for your wife.
Yeah, me and Jude, we're all there. And that's
Fabulous.
just another flowers there. That's Joan Collins. I did a pantomime with her back in 2010
In Birmingham.
in Birmingham. Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
I remember.
yeah.
She's just played my mother, actually, but I'll let that go. Move on.
So Jeff, how is Poodle, by the way? How is Poodle?
She's fine, darling. Thank you. She's gone out shopping.
Oh, good.
Gonna get her hair done. Get me a bit of lunch.
Oh. Well, next time you're on, darling, please bring her back with you.
Yes,
And we,
Tell her
please.
that Noodle sends her love, of course.
yeah.
Oh, dear me. I'm very concerned. I have to get matron. I'm going to call matron and security.
Poodle.
Poodle and
I
Noodle.
like that
Poodle
idea.
and Noodle.
Poodle.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
tell
Let me
them-
Oh,
apologise.
Jeff.
Tell them what it's in private.
Thank you so much.
Will you come back
darling.
and see us soon, darling?
Oh, I'd love to. Lovely.
Oh,
Lovely to see
great.
you.
I'd love to
Thank
see
you.
you.
Take
Bye,
care.
darling.
Bye, darling.
care.
Bye.
Bye.
Debbie, the things we find out about you, Poodle and Noodle. I mean,
I
it's
know.
a mystery to me
Shall
every day.
I can tell you what it is. So
Tell
the
us.
reason she is Poodle is because when we did Last of the Red Hot Lovers for Derek Nimmo all over the world and in the West End,
Yes.
Judy had a hairpiece that made her look like a poodle.
Oh,
So
Well,
she
thank God you
became-
cleared that one up.
I know,
she
thank
became
goodness.
Poodle. Okay. And I always ate noodles, so I was Noodle. So it was Poodle and Noodle. So there you go. So that's
So
why,
can we-
that's why we have these nicknames for each other.
Oh, fabulous.
Thank
And
you.
see, when Judy used to go, when we used to, obviously we travelled all over the world, and that,
Mm.
our suitcases, and always the poodle was always in Judy's case. So she used to open her case, and there was the poodle.
So
Well,
you
now,
always
moving
have to have
swiftly
an
on to-
affinity with dogs, don't you, darling?
Yes. Can we move on to Friday, darlings? Please, enough poodle and noodle. Who is coming in on Friday?
Well, I'm just so excited. It's the truly wonderful Matthew Kelly.
I love him.
Free
Oh my
still, free still. Oh my God, I can't wait. I haven't seen him. He was in there. He was one of my loves in Benidorm. He was, but that's a long story. He'll tell you about it. And he is just fabulous. So we'll see him on Friday.
We shall see him on Friday, and thanks for joining us. And we will see you
Bye.
Friday.
Bye. Bye, Poodle. Oh, no, sorry.